Yeah, men see quite a few hats up there, don't you? Each one of those hats represents something very special. Now, before I get started, Brother Waldo had given me a list of questions, and he had informed me that these questions would be asked. If it's okay with everyone, I've taken the liberty of writing out the answers to the questions so that we can forego the actual asking of the question. Is that okay? All right. Excellent. The name of the organization that we represent is the Fraternal Order of Freemasonry. Now, some may ask, what is Freemasonry? You can listen to me or not, but I believe the answer is very simple. Freemasonry is the very measure of a man. Look in every city and every town. You'll see a building adorned with the square and the compass. Think for a moment. Freemasonry uses the oldest tools of antiquity. Those tools of measurement used by stonemasons themselves, like the square and the compass, to demonstrate and pass on the great truth and wisdom of the ages. We use tools of measurement because Freemasonry believes a man's greatness can be measured, not by his wealth or his fame, but by his deeds and his character, his truth and his tolerance, his charity, his trust, his friendship, and his love for his fellow creatures. It has been said that human happiness comes from the smallest of improvements, so that he can affect the positive changes even with simple kindness and add a wealth to the common stock of humanity. Freemasonry, therefore, believes greatness can be seen in a man's positive effect on the world. And to do that is the best way to glorify God. Now, I'm going to share a story with you before I continue to read from this, because I don't want to lose your attention. I don't want you guys to go to sleep on me. And I don't want it to seem like I'm just running off a bunch of rhetoric. This story is about a young man at the age of 17 who was convicted to prison. He had shot another man a total of 7 times, 4 times in the head. The guy that he shot actually lived. Now this young man goes to the judge, and obviously he was found guilty. He didn't hear the words guilty when the judge passed on his sentence. What he heard was, "You are no longer fit to dwell in our society." What this young man heard was, "Your actions have caused us to remove you from the rest of humanity and to lock you up like the animal that you choose to act with." What he heard was, "Your life is of no use to us, and you have nothing to offer us as a society." Those are the words that this young man heard when the judge passed on his sentence. So this young man, because he was the age of 17, did not go to juvenile. He went to prison. One of the youngest prisoners, because it was a violent crime, he You can imagine how fearful he was because he was surrounded by 20-year-old, 30-year-old, 40-year-old, 50-year-old killers. The same men that this young man thought he was. He goes out on what they call the yard, an area of recreation, a small patch of grass surrounded on all four sides by concrete walls. And he walks out onto that yard and he sees a table much like the table you're sitting at right now. And sitting at this table is a group of older men, 50 years and older. They call them old heads. They're sitting around the table listening to Martin Gaye, playing dominoes, playing spades. This young man decides to walk up to this table and sit down because it's not like he was surrounded by his friends. And it's not like he knew anybody. He sits down at this table and the old heads ignored him the whole time. The next day, this young man goes back to the yard and he does the same thing. And again, the old heads ignore him. He did this for about 3 days straight. Finally, on the third day, one of the old men turned around and looked at him and said, "Why are you here?" The young man proceeds to tell the story of, how he had to shoot this guy, and this guy was disrespecting him, and this, that, and the other. And the old head said, "Man, shut up. That's not what I asked you. I asked you, why are you here?" So the young man starts thinking, and he starts telling the old head his formal charges, what he was convicted of. He says, "No, that is not what I asked you. What I asked you is, why are you here?" The young man looked at the old head and he said, "I don't understand." The old head smiled and said, "Exactly." He said, "You are here as a direct result of your best thinking." The young man said, "Man, I ain't trying to hear that. You're crazy. What are you talking about?" He goes, "Okay, let me ask you something." He says, "Did you commit the crime?" The young man says, yeah, I did it." They go, "Oh, so you must have went to the police station and turned yourself in." He's like, no, I went on the run. I was on the run for months." He's like, "Yeah, months. And you still got caught, huh?" Yeah. "Oh, so when you got caught, you must have just went before the judge and said, 'Your Honor, I'm guilty.'" He's like, "No, I fought that thing, and I had my attorney working on it, and my mama paid all this money, and yeah, you still standing on this yard talking to me, huh?" "Yeah." He says, "So your best thinking allowed you to commit this crime. Your best thinking allowed you to get caught after committing the crime. And then your best thinking got you convicted for the crime in which you committed. So you see, you were here as a direct result of your best thinking." And as the young man sat there in silence contemplating what the old head had just told him, the old head went on to say, "Your future is very simple. You are either going to die in here, or you are going to get out of here and you're going to come right back. Those are the only two choices you have, because that is the best that your best thinking has to offer. Now, there is a third option. You can use this time and you can make your best thinking better. If you can make your best thinking better, then you will find yourself in a position in life where you do not have to choose from a set of options placed before you. If you can make your best thinking better, you will have the power to create an entirely new set of options from which to choose. Freemasonry specializes in making good men better. That is what we do. We help youth in their passage from boyhood to manhood. And then we help them on that journey as a man that they must take individually, that journey that they must take to find themselves. And that is the true secret of Freemasonry, is the ability to find yourself, the ability to make your best thinking better, the ability to be able to create a new set of options in life from which to make a choice, instead of feeling like you are obligated to choose from a set of options placed before you. We are the largest and oldest secular fraternity order in the world. We encompass all religions, all nationalities. We are an international brotherhood. To be a Freemason is to be something special, is to be something powerful. Now, there are qualifications, one of which is you have to be at least 18 to be a Freemason. But that does not exclude you from participating in our youth organizations designed to serve and assist you. Before I go any further, I want to ask each of you, what have you heard about Freemasonry? I'm going to start right here with you guys. Have you heard anything? Have you ever seen that compass and square with the G in the middle, standing on the building, shining in the middle of the night? And you? Never seen it? You never heard of a Master Mason? And you? What have you? There are different levels of elevation in Freemasonry. And as the brothers leave the stage, you will notice that each of them are holding a hat. Each hat represented a different house, a different level of elevation. Because as I said before, Freemasonry is a journey. It is a journey that you take in yourself, but a journey nonetheless. It is a journey of self-mastery. It is a journey of character building. It is a journey of adventure. We do a lot of things in the community. We have a lot of organizations that we work with. We work with a lot of youth with childhood language disorders, birth defects, The Shriners Hospital is a part of our organization. We do research on diabetes. We have a summer camp for the underprivileged children. We do cancer research. We have award dinners for religious leaders. We offer dental care for handicapped. We offer child development for both boys and girls. We have low-cost education loans and scholarships. We do eye surgery and prescription glasses. We offer treatment for cancer patients. We also have volunteer hospitals. And we do research on hypertension, blood substitutes. And we do all these things on an international basis. We have museums and we have libraries. We try to make available to you all of the knowledge that you could ever possibly seek. But still, it is up to you to seek. You will not find a Freemason recruiting you to join your lodge. That is one thing you will never find. Because to be a Macedonia, to join our rank, you must first ask. It is a decision that you must make of your own free will and accord. When you make that decision, I guarantee you, it will be one of the best choices you've ever made. Now, do you have questions? But I want to leave you with one more story. It's about a farmer. This farmer raises chickens. And as this farmer is walking and he sees his farm chicken, he decides to go to the market and see what other animals he can procure for his farm. While he's at the market, he finds a merchant. This merchant has an eagle, a bald eagle. But the bald eagle's wing is broken. It's very, very young. The farmer decides to take his eagle back to his farm. And he raises this eagle on his farm of chickens. Eventually, this bald eagle starts acting like chickens. And it starts walking around the yard, bucking, more things that chickens do. And it literally thinks it's one of them. Farmer decides that this eagle needs to understand what it is, what its true nature is. So he takes the eagle to the plateau. It's like a small mountain top in this area. And he waits for the sun. Because he knows as soon as the sun comes over the horizon, the eagle's natural instinct is going to kill it. It's going to understand its nature. It's going to take off the farm. The farmer's standing up there with the eagle, and he gets a little impatient. He's waiting. He says, "Come on, you are the sky. You're king of the sky. Lord of your domain. Understand who you are and what you are. Spread your wings and fly." He throws the eagle up, and he becomes falling out. The farmer's like, "Okay. The wing is fixed. You're no longer moving. You have the ability, the power, and the strength to dominate the skies in which you were created to do. Understand what it is who you are. Take flight." And he throws the eagle up again and falls back on the ground. Finally, the farmer sits down on the rock, disgruntled, upset, ticked off. Then the sun starts to come up on the horizon. And the light starts to shine. At that very moment, the eagle stands up and puts his head into its ground. And as the heat of the warmth hits his feathers, that eagle immediately spreads its wings. Its true nature shows
instantly understands who it is and what it's meant to do. And it takes flight, just like that. How? Up in the air. Flying off to the sun. When the light shines on that eagle, it understood its purpose in life. Basically, you hear us refer to the light and the light of experience. Understanding who you are on the inside and the journey, flight that you must each take individually. With that, I thank you for your time. Before we close out, I would like to introduce the brothers. Yes. Yes.
I know you put away the covers and everything, but could you just state what the houses are representing?
Absolutely. The houses of Freemasonry the brother with the Royal Arch. Just hold it up.
Give him off the box. Come back up to the front. These hats that we got, everybody can wear these hats because all the gentlemen in the organization are not to the level of what some of these hats are. Brother McNeil. All right, first we have the Blue Lodge, which is the lodge that all of us is in. We don't necessarily wear a hat for that. Besides, I'm the only one, because I'm the worship master, that wear a hat inside the building. That represents the Blue Lodge. Next is the Royal Lodge. That's the house after the Blue Lodge. The Holy House. Then we got the Shriners.
Go to Lord of Perfection.
Lord of Perfection.
Lord of Perfection.
You need to come this way. Then we have the Lord of Perfection, which is the house after the Royal Lodge house. Then we have the chapeau, which is wear by the Knights Templars. When you see us out in, we have our session in September, and we have a parade. The guys, most of the guys at Knights Templars either wear this or what we call the captain's hat. What most of the sailors wear. All Knights Templars wear a black one like that with a cross in the front. Then we got Shriners. Everybody seen the Shriners in the parades, black and white. We donate to the Shriners Hospital and any other organization affiliated with the Shriners Department. Then we have the 32nd degree, which Brother Sturgis is holding. And finally, we have the Sublime Prince, which is Inspector General, Brother McNeil. That's the last and final stage of Masonry. Brother Armstrong is a member of Lone Star Law, he's the secretary. Deacon, Brother Trader, Brother Senior Stewart, Brother Crosby, Senior Deacon, Sorry. Brother Davis, he fits in everywhere. There's somebody who don't show up on Saturday morning. Brother Kellum, the junior steward, senior steward, and Brother Trader, the junior steward. Brother Linwood follows wherever we go. He's a member of Macedonia Lodge number 19. I'm sorry, we district deputy. And we have our Brother McNeil, who is our treasurer and district deputy grandmaster. Then we have Brother Smith. Brother Smith is fast master. He does everything. Fix the bathroom, get the water, everything he does. And that's my senior warden, Brother Costa. And Grand Junior warden. And my junior warden is Brother Godwin. And my name is Ishmael Thompson Sr., and I'm the worship master of North Star Lodge. It's been a pleasure.
Grand Lodge photographer.
And yes. Grand Lodge, our lodge.
Here's a Grand story.
Oh, and that's the Grand Lodge, junior steward or senior steward.
Same story.
We appreciate y'all inviting us here this morning. It's been a pleasure. And you want to get up in the ring.